話にならんな話にならんな話にならんな話にならんな話にならんな話にならんな話にならんな話にならんなここでしてここでしてここでしてここでしてここでして。
There we go. My stupid ass. We didn't start it. Am I muted?
No, you're actually
on. Technical difficulties, but what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another week of Brine Time Prime Time, featuring your boy Ocean and Bird is here, you know, playing
Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon. I keep thinking it's a Yakuza game.
It is essentially.
But as you guys see, like the topic, that topic right there, that is the topic. That is the topic. Trauma in fucking men. And like, the main reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've been dealing with it all year. Not personally myself, but I've just been in situations where people have been like known to repeat certain things. I've been thrown into certain situations. Yeah, ooh, Like a Dragon. Yep. He's definitely playing it. It's actually a pretty interesting game. But how y'all doing first and foremost? How's everybody? It's a pretty rainy day. It's cold. It's like it's fall. Like honestly, I almost didn't make it because I'm just sitting there like, damn. What I just want to do is just get in the shower, get out the shower and curl up and fucking play my games. But how y'all doing? Y'all straight? Y'all good?
Booyah, there we go.
Appreciate it.
No Pusarabu.
But yeah, my thing about this situation is that it doesn't necessarily get a lot of hang time or air time or prime time or whatever the hell y'all want to call it, but it's damn sure getting some brine time. I'll tell you that much. But it's something that's not talked about. I don't think it's talked about enough in society in this day and age because people don't necessarily take it seriously. I feel like, or it's that whole stigmatism of be a man and don't cry and blah blah blah. Like I honestly do know people in this day and age who get uncomfortable when they see a man cry. Women, but it's just something that you know shakes them to the core. But I'm here to tell you guys, like, as a man who's learned himself how to express himself, it's absolutely all right. You gotta learn how to do it. You gotta know how to do it too. You got guys out here who don't even know what the hell the word means, or don't think that shit applies to them. But these same guys, what do? When they need some advice, or when they go or when they like in need of like some serious like motivation. I wouldn't even say motivation, but some clarity. They run to these red pill channels. And you know which ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about your typical Tates, your typical Sneeko, your typical Fresh and Fit. But here's the problem with that shit. It's like those guys can tell you, and most of them do have pretty sound advice. Most of those guys can tell you what and what not to do when it comes to interacting with women, but you got to know how to apply it. One, two, the sad reality is that most of those guys are telling you that shit, and they're not doing the exact same thing. They're only telling you that. They're telling you that to get you to do that, and it may not even work for you. What they're doing is that they're preying on you. They know that you're full of trauma. They know that you don't know your way. So what do they do? They capitalize off of you
And your emotions.
and your emotions. They want this.
They trying to sway you into getting yourself into some shit that you possibly can't get out of.
Exactly. So it's like, dude, that red pill shit, there's only some sound advice that comes from that. But I don't think it should be taken seriously or listened to, especially if you're dealing with your own traumas. But anywho, this past year alone, man, I've been dealing with guys, all the like who has been struggling. And the main reason why I found out that they was dealing with some sort of trauma is because of the concept of projection. They project their issues on people. They do a lot of questionable shit that questions their character at the end of the day. And they swear that nothing's wrong with them, but if nothing was wrong, my guy, then why do you have to deal with it? Or why are we dealing with it? Or why are you going through it? And why aren't you coming up with solutions? And these same guys make fun of the guys that's going through the same shit for the same shit. And it's like, but you're dealing with the same shit that he's dealing with. It makes no sense. Like, you avidly have issues that you're not working on, that you're constantly projecting, and then you're making fun of somebody for the same shit. And don't get me started on the relationship tip.
Oh.
Don't get me started on the relationship tip. And honestly, those type of traumas that stem from that go into relationship concepts, that could come from a bad relationship with a parent, or looking at how parents handle their relationships and they just repeating the same shit because that's what works, or that's what they're used to. Like, I see it all the time. I've dealt with it. Men who are extremely insecure because of deeply rooted trauma, and then they bleed that shit into relationships. John King, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? You doing all right?
And to touch on that relationship part, man, like, some of us will never get why we feel a certain type of way or why our behaviors are as such in relationships, especially if we don't address why it is like that in the first place. Especially when we used to do, like you said, we dealing with parents, or we dealing with other individuals that we be around that has what's the word I'm looking for? Stuff is pretty much fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
In their household. They grew up around stuff that is not structured, stuff that is chaotic, and some of them thrive on that chaos, and some of them will never see why they're wrong. Some of them they're pretty much picking up the traits of other people.
And something that people tend to do, or what I would think people tend to do, is they go through their whole lives without ever addressing the issue, falling victim to feeling the same way that they felt, or falling victim to like, once again, like, dealing with the same shit with people because of something that they didn't work on. I don't know where this stigma comes from with men in general, but a lot of men tend to be silent. Now, actually, no, I do know where that shit comes from. It comes from interactions with people where expressing himself has gone completely wrong.
Yeah, it backfires.
It backfires on them. Meaning that, like, you got a man who wants to express himself, and he chooses like, let's say a woman to do it. Said woman goes and tells him, yeah, you know, I see how you feel, blah, 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 blah. But then, say, like, if those two get into an issue or something, what does she do? She uses everything he told her against him. And I'm gonna be real, like, it's pretty shitty. It's pretty fucking shitty. And it does happen. But, like, the thing about that is you gotta know who to trust, bro. You gotta know who to trust. You gotta know who to trust and who not to trust when you tell people certain shit.
Damn.
And that doesn't necessarily mean, like, be, like, silent when it comes to it. No, you gotta learn how to express yourself healthily. Hell. But, once again, people are fucking dog shit. And people continue to do that. So I do get the silence, but at the same time, we have to grow past that. We really do. We really do. Because then, if you don't, you end up acting, you quote unquote end up acting weird, or being seen as acting weird or acting out of character. And then people start wondering, like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, why is this, that, and the third happening? Or why is this person acting out? Like, it's you become strange. You become strange. And, like, there are ways, man. There are ways to address your traumas. Well, first of all, you gotta know you gotta know what's going on. You actually have to be cognitive enough to understand what your trauma is if you're dealing with it, and if it's showing up in real life situations. A lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of people don't know how to do it because they aren't taught. Or it's never talked about. And you can thank your family for that, because they just sweep mental health under the rug. It's mind blowing. But I feel like one way to express yourself is, like, talking to a homie, bro. A homie that you can trust. If you somehow can't trust your girlfriend, Lord, because that does happen too. If you can't trust your woman, you go to a homie. Don't bottle that shit up, because if you bottle it up, all you're gonna fucking do is just,
it's gonna explode.
It's gonna explode, and then you're subconsciously gonna be acting on that without realizing it. It's best to trust a trusted psych professional who specialize in the trauma you experience. True. 100% true.
Sometimes we don't even have that, though.
Yeah, sometimes it's not accessible. And honestly, I feel like you, at that point, you just got to go with your best judgment and trust the people who you talk to about some of these things. Because personally, me, I wouldn't necessarily go to any and everybody about my problems. I don't go to any and everybody about my problems. Some people are ill-equipped to listen to that, and they won't know what to tell you. It's better to just go to a like-minded individual if you don't have a professional on hand to do that. You know? Like, use your best fucking judgment when it comes to shit like that. You have to. Bro, like, something that also bothers me is when Jesus, I don't want to bring it up, but lacking accountability.
I mean, it all goes hand in hand.
It does go hand in hand. Like, I've literally tried to confront a person this year, actually a couple of people this year, about failing to realize or failing to, take accountability for their actions. And these people just really had adverse, would I say adverse? They've had some pretty crazy fucking like responses. And it's usually out of self-defense. Like, okay, me realizing this, at the time I was pissed, but now that I think about it, it's like they could have been acting from a place out of trauma.
Yeah, it's a trauma response.
It's a trauma response. It's a trauma response. Hey, I'm doing gains things, but I wanted to say what's up. What's up, Sin? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling and how you doing? But like, man, like, I think this shit is important. I think it's important for a man to express himself and to be heard in the utmost respect, because bottling shit up just creates issues, and it sometimes creates serial killers. like real shit. They've had visceral trigger responses. Yeah. And like all I told this person was like, I don't like how you're behaving. You're lashing out at people and you need to fix that. And they pretty much told me was just like, yo, fuck everything you got going on. And they also like pretty much tied me to all the men who were seen as villains in their lives. So I was just like, yo, what the fuck? I thought we was boys. Like, why are you doing this to me? I'm feeling good before I start this workout. We'll see afterwards. You should be fine. If everything hurts, you did it right.
Right. No pain, no gain.
Right. That's just your body responding to the workout. You should be good. But thank you for popping in. I do appreciate it. And I don't know. Those responses, John, probably could have came from like how their parents probably cornered them and like blamed them for some shit. He says serial killing is a byproduct of societal apathy. It's the way serial killers makes us listen. That's also true.
It's just it comes at a point where it's just like, nobody listens to me. You're not giving me the attention that I crave. Then I'm gonna get that attention that I crave by any means necessary. So now I gotta go through the extreme lengths to make that happen. And then you get shit like that. This happens in men more. No, you good. It happens in men more often than not. Like, what was you about to say though? I would say that's how it was with me growing up. It is just like, I want some attention. You gave everybody else what they needed, but you left me here. So now I tried to do it the right way. So now I'm gonna do it my way.
Mm-hmm.
And however I get it, whether it's negative, positive, whatever the fuck, I'm gonna get it. And a lot of people didn't like that. But it's just like, this is me growing up. It's just like, look, I want that attention, and if I'm not getting it, I'm gonna get it.
This is what we see in young males too, bro. And that could be a trauma response to neglect and abandonment. It's so many rabbit holes, bro. It's such a great subject, in my opinion. Like, this shit needs airtime. Ocean, I would suggest you invest in a copy of the DSM-5. Okay, what is that? What is the DSM-5? Give him a chance to type that out, because I'm curious. I'm always open to learning, you know? I am always open to learn. But, man, that shit that you said about attention, though, that shit bleeds into reality more than people think, because even to this day, you got grown-ass men doing stuff like that.
Like, you would expect it from children.
You would expect it from children, but you see it in men. Diagnostic Statistical Manual.
Ah.
Let me look. Let me see some shit real quick. I'm finna type that in. Diagnos. Cause I do like shit like that. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. It says, how about I read a summary? I like summaries. It was first published in 1952. Since then, there have been several updates issued. Several updates, huh? So this is a this is an ongoing thing. Oh, I see DSM-5. Here we go. Huh. Mental health. Brain-related conditions. Mental disorders.
That's a hell of a book.
Yeah. 5th edition is the 2013 update to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the taxonomic and diagnostic tool, published by the American Psychiatric Association. Shout out to the 4 viewers who just popped in. Hello, 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 hello. I hope y'all are well. Talk to me. But it's like, dude, like, there is a way to read it? What do you mean? Because usually when I read something, okay, we'll talk, we'll rap about that offline. But yeah, man, like I've literally went to a man trying to squash something that he made up in his mind about what was going on. And you know what more often, you know what he did? Or you know what they do? They don't want to talk to me. They would rather keep arguing with their woman about it.
Because of out of the convenience of it.
Because then you wanna know what it turns into? You wanna know what it turns into? They're now embarrassed that another man knows what he's going through.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna make it an issue that woman told. Because she didn't know. So now it's a whole invasion of privacy thing. But see, if you had that all together, if you knew how to deal with all the shit that you was dealing with, I wouldn't have gotten involved.
Right, and if you were more open-minded to the information that was given to you, you wouldn't be fucking complaining about this.
Exactly. And he said exactly what I was just getting ready to say. We live in an era where people get emotional off of imagined scenarios.
They will never check themselves on what's going on.
No, because apparently I'm sorry, but like apparently whenever these scenarios are imagined per se, like it's always over the fucking top, and that stems from anxiety. That can stem from a bunch of shit. You're letting that's victim mentality. Bro, don't get me started on that. Because most guys who are traumatized, and most guys who go through like not trusting their mates or trusting their friends, it comes from a place of them being hurt before. So yes, in a way, it is victim mentality. It plays over and over in your mind, over and over again. And then you live in constant fear of that, which is why you're always looking over your woman's shoulder thinking that she's going to fucking stab you in the back or something. Also, hyper-protagonist self-image in people is so bad now. Yeah, we got a lot of people who think the world revolves around them, me, and it's not about you all the time, bro. I don't think men in general, or people in general, realize that if you do that, if you take a hyper protagonist approach That's how you attract problems to you, because now you're all about me, and now everybody's all about you, and how to deal with you.
Or they be on that it can't be me.
That
It will
too.
never be me.
Right.
Nah, you saying I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. What you talking about? I can never be wrong.
That too. That too. That too.
Maybe we saying the same shit, but
Yeah, but like, dude, it's like, yeah, we live in a world where a lot of people don't really think about these things, or people don't give a fuck enough to think about them. I've talked to a person like that recently who was just like, fuck it, no, I don't want to deal with it, it's too much. But then go back and make their mate's life a living hell. And then I have to hear about it via DMs and all that shit. And it's like, damn, with how much people come to me about their feelings, you would think that I'm getting paid for therapy, but I'm not. It's all free. It's free. It's free. And it's usually easy shit that I've pretty much like managed to like get around and work around, but people sometimes just can't seem to grasp it, man. Just can't seem to, like, you know, get over it. Not get over it, but, you know, overcome it. That shit takes work. That shit takes work. Like how OGs back in the day would just be like, be a man and approach me about it. You gotta do that. Especially when another guy's coming to you.
You gotta face that shit.
You gotta face it. You gotta face it. Them OGs back in the day were different type of men. Man. When John was sitting and telling me that they was money hungry, bro, they was money hungry. John, I just got done watching a documentary about fucking Nate Boone Craft from Detroit. That man was a fucking monster. The wonderful thing about that is that you learn about other people's dumb stuff and know which people in your circle are energy vampires. Yep. Because the number one thing people like to do is they like to talk. And if you give a person the floor to talk, they're going to talk and talk and talk and talk. You learn a lot by just observing and being quiet. And that's something that I learned throughout my entire life, bro. It's like
I sometimes have to learn to you know, be quiet and let other people talk.
Exactly.
Because if you let them talk enough, they'll cook themselves.
Exactly.
And a lot of the times when I was on the opposite end of it, I will over explain shit, and then at that point my whole, like, I unintentionally exposed some shit that I wasn't supposed to even expose. Because I didn't shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to keep making myself look a certain way. It's like, no. At a certain point, say less, do more.
Yeah. And honestly, I chose this topic today because I'm not going to be like all those red pill niggas you see online telling you what to do and what not to do.
Or how to get bitches.
I'm going to tell you to actually how to be yourself. While also sometimes having to suppress yourself if it's too, you know, volatile. Because sometimes being yourself can, and in fact, will get you unnecessary attention, and it can get you in trouble. It just is how it is. You got to learn discernment. Discernment? You don't want to say discernment? Yeah, I can say discernment.
Yeah, discernment.
You gotta learn discernment in some situations, bro.
Shit.
Like, yeah, but like, I am just so sick of people doing stuff and leaving stuff unchecked and giving you a whole reason as to why they're doing it. If you're confident in yourself and look comfortable in the room, the riz emanates like Star Platinum. Facts. I was just talking about that actually. How guys go into a whole party looking to leave with a woman and shit. Like, you know, the whole scenario, like go searching for bitches and shit. And they're just like, I gotta get one by the time this party's over, blah, blah, blah. Do you realize, like, now, since you're so objectively ready to complete this goal, you are the opposite of chill? You are the actual opposite of chill. You're supposed to be chill at a party, and you're not chill because you're so focused. People see that. People see that, and they're like, yeah, you're not yourself. You're not confident either. You're nervous. We don't want that. It's that time for your host with the most, your number one host, Master Super Mario's in the house. Let's get this party started and host it up. What's up, everyone? What's going on, Mario? Ooh, LHR Gaming.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Good to see you, bro. We just having a topic, having a conversation about men trauma, and just pointing out examples of how that plays out in normal life and how that actually affects your buddies and shit like that, and women and your relationships with women. This is what caused so many altercations between girls and boys apart. Exactly, because, bro, it's like if you're not chill at a party, or if you misread the room, you're now seen as weird, quote unquote weird, to a woman, all because you wasn't yourself, and now you in trouble.
And I'm sure we all been on both ends of that shit.
Yeah. Boys with the agenda to hook up like they saw in party movies, exactly, which is unfucking realistic. Girls came just to be seen by boys and dance and be desired. Yeah. Men fail to read the room. More often than not. Like, and people think that I'm just like, people think that I'm just being like, a simp for women when I say that I'm definitely here to get on, like, men's behavior, and it's not that. It's definitely not that. We have to be responsible for how our men act, especially if they are our friends. Seriously, and too many hotheads. Too many hotheads, bro. There's always, and that's something also I noticed too in a public setting. Men like to attach their egos to shit. For what? For what? For what? Because you had an experience that your dad told you that this, that, and the third works, and blah, 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 and you watched this, that, and the third movie, and you think that's how that shit's supposed to be? No. All you have to do is be chill. Once you're chill, and once you're yourself, everything starts happening like that. Poor socialization actually hurts men more than it does women, because it manifests more abruptly and instantly for men. No, you're absolutely fucking right. I encountered some dude from my high school, and the first thing he says to me in 15 years is, "Hey, I fucked your ex." Me, who talks like that, dude? How about a, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm gonna just say this as a guy too. Once you get old enough, and like once you, I guess, mature and detach yourself from certain things that hurt you mentally, you start to realize that it's not all about being with a woman at the end of the day. Like, who gives a fuck if you're sticking your dick in flesh clams? Yeah, I did say that like that, sorry. But that's literally what the fuck it is. It's like, who cares? Who cares at the end of the day?
Flesh clams.
Like, you attach your ego to how many bitches you fuck. Great.
Like, how many women's lives are you changing?
Exactly.
Because all you doing is hitting their cervix, and that's it. You changing their lives sexually, but are you really changing their lives for the better? Are you helping them better themselves? Are they even teaching you some shit?
Exactly. That's also another issue that most people deal with. Men think it's a competition. Yep, exactly.
And it's cool to think some of these things are competitions, but you gotta be healthy with that shit. Yeah, we could be like, yeah, that's how many numbers we can get tonight. That's cool. But you talking about, I fucked 10 bitches tonight. And it's just like,
it's meaningless at the end of the day.
remember, too many bitches is bad, okay? Like, well, to clear up my language, too many women is bad. Remember, anything in excess become a bad thing. And a lot of guys won't see it that way.
Too much of a good thing is always bad. But hey, if you got the riz,
I mean, some people can give you some gifts too.
Regarding to the I fucked your ex line, I can tell you that black and brown boys attach their self-worth and identity to sex because they don't have anything else to attach to it.
It's almost like women.
It's
almost like some women. It's like, well, what you mean bring to the table? But I'm the table, and it's just like, oh, you just got sex. You're not teaching me shit. You're not helping me evolve. You're not building me up. Because a lot of this shit isn't even exchange. A lot of guys is physical. A lot of women is spiritual. But like I said, a lot of people trying to win at each other's game, and trying to win at each other's game is definitely detrimental to one's growth.
Exactly. And like, to go back to what John said, it's like, I know a lot of guys who don't know anything else. And in not knowing anything else, they think that that's where they're going to discover their self-worth. No. But do women feel safe around you? Are there any other women that come to you for advice or counsel? That's something else that men need to realize too. You win in the long run if women feel safe around you. If women can come to you for advice. Because guess what? Now you have a support system. I keep telling people that having a support system of women is important.
Because if you're trying to fuck all the women,
bro,
you're getting half your own supply at that point.
Bro, that and like not everybody is meant to be fucked. Not everybody is meant to be fucked. Like, dude, like, come on. Like, that same dude was hooking up with the most Oscar the Grouch nasty girls in high school. It's amazing how many people you can peg as predators from your past. Yeah. And that could be a number of things. Addiction, lack of self-worth. So you looking for other people to define your self-worth at that moment so you can't get the sex, so you can say that you had and stick that to your little ego board like a sticky note. Like, a lot of men don't know their self-worth. And in not knowing their self-worth, they look for validation in women who could give two fucks about them. Or the women who realize they don't have self-worth come looking for them. So they can literally take them and tell them what their self-worth is.
Cause like I said, a lot of the shit that goes on with the guys, some women teach them.
Exactly. Oh. Exactly.
The women have to teach them. And honestly, I might be a little ashamed to say this, but man, after I got out of high school, man, my ex-girlfriend taught me a lot of shit. As fucked up as it is. But at the same time, I appreciated it. Oh, I didn't know this was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's dope. But it is what it is. And a lot of it is some pretty good stuff. A lot of it is some very, very horrible things. But what you learn from it and how to move forward in case those things don't work out is where you shine the most.
Hey, my homie Howling Absorb. Right on time. I'm glad you are definitely here for this conversation. But yeah, man, like, I get it. I get at the end of the day, it may not even be a validation thing. 9 times out of 10 it is. It's just that most guys are lonely and they want somebody that they can like hold and be with and shit. But dude, you gotta put in the hard work, bro, of realizing who you are yourself. Like, I'm not gonna be on no red pill shit, but you literally have to build yourself up in the best way you can mentally.
And what I don't appreciate about the red pill shit is that I don't like that they are associating positive things that men should be doing with red pill. Like, why are you associating getting your health together as red pill content? Right. Why are you associating, hey, you got to better your life by let's learn financial stability or financial literacy? Why are we associating that with the red pill? That is essential shit that we should. That is
essential shit that everybody should be learning about.
So why are we associating with red pill? So now that we got niggas like the Sneakos and the Tates and the other motherfuckers that talk shit like that, it's like, you trying to go to the gym? Oh, so you one of them niggas, huh? So you one of those red pill dudes? Like, no, I just want my health. To be intact.
You said at the end of the day, if you can't take care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of someone else? 100%. On the topic of girls, though, some of them are persistent. You gotta shut that shit down right away. I know you were cute, but I'm not interested in metro workers. I need a girl who will be like Liu Kang to my Kung Lao. Facts, and there's not a lot of that going on.
But yeah, a lot of people, the persistence of some women, I put it like this. If people want a place in your life, they gotta earn that shit. They have to really be open-minded to improvements, open-minded to change, open-minded to improving themselves, not only mentally, not only physically, but for the things that are around them. And if you are on that type of wavelength and you earned that much, like you can't complain about, oh, nobody's for me, oh, where the good men go, or where the bad bitches at, man. These women, man, they only here for your money and blah blah blah. If you're secure in yourself, you won't have these problems.
Exactly.
And on top of that, especially with women as well, it's just like, hey, I get it. Some of them want to get there so they can take whatever they want from you. And that's cool. You got to be able to see that before it happens.
Exactly.
And one more thing, because I kind of cut you off. And one more thing is just like some of these people is just like, oh, they'll act like it in good judgment. They doing these good things for you, but the moment they got you, all that shit just goes away.
Exactly. One sec, I have damn ads. God damn. Is there a way to turn those off?
Nope.
There's no way to turn those off?
If you're not subscribed, they'll throw ads on you.
Damn.
This is why we got YouTube up here.
Good thinking. No, good ass thinking. Sub then no ads. Yeah. He did say it. Sub then no ads, bro. If not, then you could definitely you can go to the tube of you. I got both of them up. So
he said, I'm not complaining. You all good.
But like, man, fucking it's crazy because hold on. My YouTube is ad free. John Flex. We must grow ourselves into leaders needed to change communities around the world. But see, here's the thing. Most guys think that they are already leaders. While having all these rinky-dink problems, while repeating these terrible fucking patterns, while not being the guy that's safe enough for women to come around and talk to. Can you be in a room full of women and have them all just be like, that's a stand-up fucking guy?
Not a lot of people have that kind of sauce. Hell, I thought I didn't have that kind of sauce. Walking into a fucking room and every fucking person in the room or every woman in the room feel like they're secure.
Pam Bam. How you doing? That's my nickname for you. It's like how many women? No, it's not about how many women like can you fuck?
Fuck, no, it's like how many women?
Or how many women can actually come to you and be like, I feel safe talking to him about some of the things that I'm dealing with? How many women do you have in your support system? Man, if you know or know, a leader is appointed and observed. True. That moment when I don't have a nickname yet. You do have a nickname. Wait. Nah. You don't. I just call you by 2, but that's all I need is 2. Well, it's like, dude, it's like I lost my train of thought. No, it's like I take more pride in being a stand-up guy and making sure I'm the guy that people can, in fact, come and talk to. Because more often than not, I've been that guy. I've been that guy for a very long time. And still to this day. It's like, man, I'm not in competition. The only person that I'm in competition with is myself, because I do realize that for me, it's all about bettering myself at the end of the day. I don't have time to be worried about what somebody else has going on. When you compare yourself to another person, you automatically lose. That's why I tell my kids, like in school, stop comparing yourself to other people.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly. Comparison is the thief of joy. Well, I'm going to stream COD, my friend. So I'll definitely come back and see Cast again.
Yeah, no doubt.
Alright, bro. Take care. I've had the opportunity of being around those kinds of people with money. It's real sad. I call him out on it. And next year, I lost like 7 friends, quote unquote, good. I don't need people blinded by their own lack of self-worth.
Hey, that hit on a different level. Cause you can't be full of shit like that, to the point where you can't even hear what other people's perspectives, but then assume that they're not hearing from your perspective.
Exactly.
When they see in your perspective, when they understand your perspective, and they're working with you, they're patient with you in that perspective. And then when they was like, hey, it comes at a point where now it's starting to affect your productivity and your mental game, that we're gonna start talking, starting to help you. And then you go off and talk about some, y'all don't never see it my way, y'all this, that, and you don't acknowledge anything else but the shit that you think we fucking with you on. When we're trying to help you acknowledge some of those things that are hurting you in ways.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
I used to have women as a support group. It went terribly wrong. They were only there out of interest, not for my support. I have men now, though. So far, I'm not only more stable, but the advice I get is also more logical and less emotional driven. See, you ran into a very interesting case. And I know you personally. So you ran into an interesting case where, because people wanted something from you, they told you what they thought or what they suspected to be what you had in your best interest. They told you what you wanted to hear, or they told you something in hopes of swaying you in a certain way.
Essentially, they had a sucker.
Right. They pretty much wanted you to do what they wanted you to do. And usually you get that scenario from guys and women. You get that more often than not in guys and women. Guys do that shit in hopes of swaying a woman to do this, that, and the third. But once again, if they not really fucking with you, bro, you know it's time to let them go. You did. But like, yeah, people are selfish at the end of the day. A lot of people operate out of self-interest. And if you're not trying to if you're not trying to cater to that, then is it messed up if I mention Truman folk? There's only one other Truman person here. Aside from, I think Rambro left. John is here. So you should be good. It don't matter. It's not like they're gonna watch the stream anyway. But nah, man. And a lot of those things just come from, once again, trauma of seeing it go down in other places. Trauma from seeing it in your parents. God forbid. But like most of these things are like, they stem from some other shit because that's all these people grew up knowing. Society in some ways don't help it. Because men more often than not are fucking shunned by society in multiple ways. Ugh, don't get me started on that shit.
Oh, brother.
Like, hell, in some spaces, bro, having these types of conversations are frowned upon for whatever reason. People try to deem it as toxic masculinity. No. It's all about...
They only call it that shit because they don't want to see the faults in themselves.
Dude, it's like, bro, something that I've always told women, like when I actually done this, I would bring up a conversation fit for guys, and a woman would immediately come on there talking about how she feels and her perspective, and I would literally have to tell her, sweetheart, I'm not about to get into an argument with you because you're not even supposed to be here in the first place. If this was a conversation for a woman, all right, sure, but it's not. This is not for you. This is not for you. You can sit in and listen, sure, but I don't expect you to have any like input because, one, you're not a man. And I'm sorry, like, if I'm not trying to tell a woman how to be a woman, you cannot be a woman trying to tell a man how to be a man. It just is.
I mean, apparently they do because they
do.
They the single parents raising these kids.
But once again, though, once you're doing that, and this goes for both men and women, once you're telling a woman how to be a woman or a man how to be a man, you're automatically projecting your fantasies on somebody, on what the fuck you want, what's acceptable for you. You're fantasizing at the end of the day. Because that's something that you want. I mean, hey, man, they do it. But it just takes, like, listening sometimes. That's all I do sometimes when most women talk. I don't have any output or input because it's like, what the hell I look like talking about how you should do something when it directly relates to you. You get what I'm saying? It's like, what? Nah. It's not my place. You got some guys that do that, though. Wild. I'm trying to figure out if the Magic Luchador is about to drop some college folks' names. I'm curious now. I want to hear it. I'm curious to see. I open myself up to multiple peoples. I'm not a villain. I love people. But some of those girls we went to college with latched on hard. I shut that down immediately. Now I'm curious, Mr. Eduardo. Who? You ain't gotta tell me who, but like, God. Honestly, he said you ruined it.
Sounding like a goddamn owl.
Don't name drop. I'm not gonna. Nah, don't name drop nobody. I ruined it by mentioning your name. It's cool. I didn't want you to name drop anyway. We know what it was. Bro, honestly, aside from me, like, catching feels in college, I stayed mostly to myself. Stop, John. going back to the subject at hand, there's been multiple times where I've been on Facebook expressing my feelings towards like the misbehaviors of men, and I've had men approach me talking about why you saying this or blah de blah this that and the third. You sound like you're defending women and blah de blah de blah. It sounds like you a simp blah de blah de blah, and I'm like, no, I'm just expressing the importance of me and what we should all be doing as stand-up men and fucking correcting the behavior of other men. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you want to know what happens when we don't correct that behavior? It comes back on us. We have to deal with the mistrust. Oh, because of some other dude.
We pay the price for other people.
We pay the price for other people. Not to mention, like, the amount of stories I've heard of women just being mistreated by shitty men who can't deal with their issues or their traumas is astounding at this point. I feel sorry for them because it alters their behavior in ways. Just like how it alters a guy's behavior when he deals with a shitty woman. It's kind of like a cycle at this point. People get hurt and people start doing shit out of hurt. But we're not born with this knowledge. So I can't really fault anybody, and I'm not going to point fingers. Like, man, don't get me started on the statistics of my people. Go into it. Go into it. Speak on it. Because we got statistics too. I was having a conversation about trauma in black men. Because that's a whole rabbit hole right there. Whole ass rabbit hole. In a way though, it's the same. Especially in ethnic groups, like it's the same.
The fuck was that? I feel like this is for me, it's a hard topic to tackle. Was it just so much shit?
It's a lot of shit. Like he said, black male trauma is compounded. It's so much shit, bro.
I was like, man, I want to hit the right things, but it's so many things.
It's so much shit. It's so much shit. So much shit. 9 times out of 10, if you are a black male, you are born in a single parent household. Whether it's your mom or your dad.
I'm grateful enough that both my parents were in the household. But, it don't mean we didn't have our fair share of, like, fucked up shit that happened in the household.
He said that shit should be a completely different episode because there's so many subtopics. It's a lot.
Say no more.
I might just do it.
But as far as the trauma is concerned, folks really have to do better about acknowledging the trauma that they went through. Face that trauma and working on improving a response better than that, because not everything that has happened to you will continue to keep happening to you as you grow older.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to actually
Unless
keep
you wanted to.
you.
But in that same retrospect, you gotta actually take time out to stop fucking off in this physical aspect of this world and sit down and be with yourself for a little bit. Go through your own shit. Mentally. Go through your own shit. I'm a 2-parent household veteran. There are pluses and minuses to it.
Absolutely.
I am a single parent household.
That's why this shit is kind of tough, man. Cause there's so much shit that happened in my life where it's like when I respond, like when some of the things start to happen again, I respond a certain type of way. But as I grow older, I had to choose how to respond differently to it because This situation is not probably can be completely different from the shit that happened in the past.
You had to unlearn to relearn.
And some people they will never see it that way, and that's why a lot of the times in the years where I consider having a whole bunch of people that I consider friends, they just couldn't see it my way. They will always be like, you think you this, you think you that. Just like, no, it's like, why do y'all keep eliciting a certain response from me? Why y'all keep thinking I'm gonna be this type of way because of shit that I explained to you guys that happened in the past?
Facts. He said if I had $1 for every brown girl who got pregnant from a dude who treats her face like the Saiyan saga,
Damn.
then they'll always find me. Tell me what happened. And all I can do is laugh because they go back.
It's because a lot of them didn't have fathers in the household to teach them what real, or quote unquote, what men should be there for and how they should raise their daughters. When you have if you have single women raising their kids, you're going to get something completely different. Probably be a way harder experience growing up because when men are more physical. They'll teach you, they'll do what they got to do to ensure that you get what you got to get. Women, on the other hand, from my experiences and from what I've saw, they're more nurturing. They're more, spiritually. It's more inside work to make you feel loved, and some of those women don't even possess that, which it's kind of tough. But when you don't have a household where you have the balances of both, you got a father that'll teach you X, Y, and Z.
You start to seek that outside of in other places and spaces.
Right. So now you got dudes having girlfriends that only has a single mother, and I guess what the dude is showing the chick, they getting dug the fuck out, getting slapped in their face with meat and all that type of shit. They're like, damn, so this what dudes do. So guess what? They gonna keep going out and getting dudes that do that exact same shit because I guess that was the only dude that make them feel good. Or the dude that did that fuck their shit to them say, oh, it'll get better. And you're gonna keep falling in that same fucking trap.
Some dudes are just a mama with nuts and a beard, and them dudes I avoid. It's because that's all they know.
Right, they don't, like I said, they don't know. They haven't grew up in a household with a father.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show them how to put your foot down, how to have boundaries, how to stand up for yourself, how to defend and protect and all that type of shit. Like they grew up and all they do is gossip, like the women.
And these same men fall victim in multiple ways in the world. Fall victim to other people or to circumstances.
So yeah, I mean, if y'all. My bad.
No, go. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
My bad.
No. You good.
So it's like that's how I started to understand people more and more as I got older. Because it's like, you know what? I understand why this person's like this because this person didn't have this person didn't have that, or this person went through that, or their parents didn't do that. But your response should be like, how can I help them? In some cases, you can't.
You can't. They have to go through it themselves. I'm a firm believer of that. I'm a firm believer of I can help somebody all day, every day if I wanted to. At the end of the day, when they leave me, who are they there with? Themselves. So
you can tell them niggas, hey, you open this door, it's gold right there, and they be like, no, it's not, and they'll walk away. You open the door, it's fucking gold right there.
And it is what it is.
You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
That's why when I give people advice, when people avidly come to me for advice, I tell them at the end of the day, I can tell you this, and you can choose to listen to me or not. I'm not gonna take it personally because at the end of the day, it's yourself, and if you don't have anybody telling you the easy way, or if you're not gonna go through it the hard way, how else will you go through it? How else will you go through it? You gotta learn at some point, right? You gotta learn at some point. But to go back to what John said, coming from a single parent household with my mom, I had a lot of other guys who served as my village. And I picked up certain things from them that were decent qualities. But at the end of the day, when it was just me, I had to learn some things for myself. I literally had to have an open mind on a lot of shit. I had to learn. And I chose that for myself, you know, because my dad wasn't there. He wasn't there. So in a way, I had to do all of this shit myself. All the mental shit. So, yeah. Yeah, and going back to what the Magic Luchador said, it's like they go back, bro, because there's something that they're getting fulfilled by, and it's a sense of lost optimism and all that shit. It's wild. People want the world, so they go for it without asking what they actually want. That makes a lot of sense. Well, the way that I looked at it, that makes a lot of sense. I looked at that as you want this, that, and the third in the physical aspect. But what is it do you actually want to be fulfilled by? What are you actually looking for? Well, nah, bro. That's another problem I have with people. Men and women. Nobody stops to sit down for a moment. I love to go biddies, but it gets me in trouble. So what I really want is a milkshake. But no, my biggest hang up with people is that they don't know how to sit and be with themselves. They always get lost in the physical aspect of everything and want to be a part of everything that's going on in the real world. And they choose to do that over just sitting down and thinking. It's like people are damn near afraid to be by themselves at this point. And it's like, why? How come? What's the problem? Your girlfriend won't be there all the time. Your homies won't be there all the time. You gotta have some you time at some point, right?
And I suffered from that shit on numerous occasions where I always was like, man, I want to be out with the homies. Or dang, I want to go too. Like I just couldn't sit in the crib by myself until I had to sit in the crib by myself. And then that was probably one of the best like things that ever happened to me, because now I don't feel like I should be with people because I can learn more from myself half the time.
That's what I should do while we here. I personally think I'm gonna give you a solution to this whole thing, trauma in men. The best solution to taking care of your trauma and dealing with your trauma, if you can do it, it takes time to do it. It's just sit by yourself. Sit by yourself and think about that shit.
Like, do a self-assessment.
Do a self-assessment or self-reflect. Milkshakes are the solution. It sounds like you want a milkshake right now, my guy.
Good titties, huh?
You gotta be able to sit with yourself. You gotta. You can run to as many people, or you can be with as many women as you want. But at the end of the day, you gotta sit with yourself. You gonna distract yourself forever?
Because sometimes in life, you'll be forced to have to look at yourself. And sometimes you might throw yourself aside.
And life will force you to.
It either take you out or take the people that surround you out.
And that could be through multiple circumstances. Whether you have a falling out, God forbid, whether somebody passes away, you never fucking know. And now you sitting there by yourself like, damn, what the fuck?
Right.
Or what's going on? Or I don't know if I can do this, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't be going through that if you actually did some self-preservation. Self-assessing. Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. I'm every Saturday before you go out or whatever the fuck you do, you probably gonna have to hear my mouth about some very deep shit. Sorry.
I mean, we gotta think half the time. Think sometimes.
It's the weekend. You got one more day. You got one more day before Monday comes back around. But yeah, I keep dealing with people my age who I can clearly see hasn't done the mental work. And they end up in these very silly situations where the answer is pretty simple. But I can't fucking tell them that because... Oh, thanks, Restream chat. Anyway. Oh, wait, he said, I lashed out at my bro once. He said my laugh was fake. I told him that the reason he doesn't know what my laugh sounds like is because he's always causing shit. So why are you getting salty about a laugh? Yo, that's funny because you basically just told him the reason why he doesn't hear you laughing is because he's literally the cause of some sort of misfortune that doesn't cause you to do that shit. That's something else that people need to realize too. Once you do something, or once you're a certain way, you cut yourself off from certain things that you won't be able to see. It happens. It fucking happens. If you are a certain way, certain people will see that and they know where to include you and where not to include you. It happens. It fucking happens. If you wasn't a shitty person, then you would be subjected to some more positive things.
Facts.
So yeah, that's a people rule in general. Like, if you're a shit person, you're gonna get shit. You can forgive people for shit, but a healthy person mentally always remembers. Yes. Yeah. Always. Always. And these people, and that's another fucking thing that I have an issue with. Like, I'm tired of people who are shitty trying to force other people to open up to them. Because you have the main character stigmata that if you, like, whenever you tell somebody to open up to you, then they should just be able to do it. Who the fuck are you, one? And two, you don't even have the credentials to be demanding something like that. Nobody has those credentials. It's like, what?
Right, who the fuck you think you is?
Right, who the fuck do you think you are? The world doesn't revolve around you. The world doesn't owe you shit. You see that shit from men all the time. Man, you see that shit from men all the time. Whether it's them demanding something out of another man or a woman. No, you don't get that because you're a shit person. And you can't even see it because you got main character stigmatism. Your ego is just like that. You was raised in an environment where everything revolved around you. So that's how you think that shit's supposed to work. You're spoiled. No. Doors don't open when you tell them to open. They just don't.
Damn.
It is what the fuck it is, man. But male entitlement manifests differently.
Oh yeah.
It definitely does.
Move, bitch. Don't tell me I gotta do all this extra shit. Fuck.
You probably do. Sometimes being the only child can play into that.
Agreed.
Yeah. Sometimes being the only child can definitely play into that. But drop some knowledge on us, JK.
Rolling.
Tell us wow. Tell us some ways. You've seen more than me. The me shit though, man. Me.
You get tired of that shit, especially when you stop talking.
What about me? What about you? When was this ever just about you? But I'm me, so you should be able to open up to me. No, it's not how that works. Why don't you laugh like that with me? Or why don't you do this when I'm around? If you wasn't such a shitty person, then you would see that.
I tell people all the time, meet my requirements first, motherfucker. Like, damn, like, gain some experience points.
Exactly. It's like, dude.
Level up your confidant rank. Like,
level up your confidant.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Tell me what the fuck I should be doing. If I fuck with you enough, I'll do it. But right now, it ain't the time. You can tell niggas don't play video games.
Facts. It's like, bro, like I can spend all day on this shit. Being raised in a home where verbal abuse was too common. I struggle with even jokingly being cursed at. It gets my blood rushing, but over time, I learned to control that behavior. I was an only child, so my parental focus was heavily set on me, making it very difficult to have my mistakes go unnoticed, which led to being verbally degraded. Yeah, you were under a magnifying glass constantly, so I get that. But that same thing, as you already know, you spent a hell of time online. You know how the internet can be. You know how the internet can be, my friend. You definitely got used to it. But that I'm pretty sure that doesn't fare well for you in relationships. Verbal abuse is a norm in black homes. Yep. Verbal abuse is a norm. It is a I feel like African Americans and Hispanics deal with that just in general. It could be different though. It could be different. It all boils down to how your folks are, or how your family are, or how your family is. Oh man. But Zor, just to match you in that retrospect, I was the eldest out of like 3 kids. And since I was the eldest, I was constantly under a magnifying glass. See how that works? Nothing got past mom. Nothing. I feel like a part of that too was because I was the only boy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I really don't know. I could ask her at another time. My fault.
You gonna break my damn bracelet.
Yeah, let me relax. Hold on. Nope. My other shit to fiddle with is in the living room. GG. He said being the oldest is hard. Yes. You were the child they learned how to be a parent with. Took all the rough edges, I imagine. Yeah. My mom had me when she was 15, bro. There we go. There we go.
Put it in the fridge.
But yeah, I was always I was always under a magnifying glass. Probably because, like, what? My sisters could have been influenced by my behavior. It was actually alright. Imagine constantly getting in trouble for something some mofo did that you... Yeah, that's happened. That's happened. But there's been times where... No, actually, it became a point whereas my mom knew that I did certain things and I didn't do certain things. So it was like, no, I'm not gonna pin you for that. But like after a while, she saw that I would just constantly stay out the way and be to myself, and she started getting on me about that though. It's like, why are you not like in tune? She called it like not being in tune with what was going on in the crib. It's like, because I want to stick to my own, I want to be by myself or whatever. She always hated the fact that I was in my own little world. But that's how I stayed out of trouble. So there we go. The streets never really offered any interest to me, bro. Never. Like, not at all. I saw more interest in video games and shit.
Fuck.
So I took I guess I took what came with that, which was being called a fucking nerd or blah de blah and this, that, and the third. Mines used to say I didn't have the luxury to daydream. Yeah, that's some strange shit. Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, that line right there kind of bothers me. Why? Because it's avidly saying, like, if you think about it further down the line, you don't have the luxury to daydream. Okay, so you want me to involve in this, that, and the third. You want me to be involved in real life. You want me to get a job nonstop. You want me to do all these things for you. You want me to do. So I never get the time to actually sit by myself and quote unquote daydream and think about certain things that could be improving my mentality. Mentally, they're pretty much saying you don't have time to be alone with yourself. I don't like that. So what, you want me to be like you? You want me to be like you, working all the time? So you don't get no time to yourself, and by the time you're able to self-reflect is when all your kids are grown and out the house, and you tired from fucking compressed burnout. And by the time you want to do something about that shit, you can't because you're too tired.
Tough.
No. I and a few other people my age, we take mental health fucking seriously. And I firmly believe that getting lost in the physical aspect of shit and not having time to be by yourself is detrimental to your health. Which is why you end up with niggas like this, traumatized and in abusive fucking relationships or fucking projecting and acting out. Because they never had time to sit with themselves. At all. At fucking all. At all. No. So yeah, that kind of bothers me. That line kind of bothered me. You don't have the luxury to daydream. Nah, bro.
The hell I can't.
Right. Take mental health serious before mental health seriously takes you. Say that. Sorry, I don't pride working myself to the bone every day. I don't. I think it fucking sucks. That's why I've always had a terrible time at jobs like Jewel, my previous security job at Nordstrom. Any job that had you working fluctuating schedules, I fucking hated them. Cause you had to be readily available any and all the time. You didn't get time to yourself either. And then they would fight you tooth and nail They will fight you tooth and nail about having off days or calling off. I literally was at a funeral of a man who committed suicide. This morning. Wow. You know what? Type of week I had. I had to talk a man out of suicide. Yeah. Yeah. People don't think there's a way out. Men in general seriously don't think there's a way out. Family is hard sometimes too. My uncle wanted to get a house. He asked my pops and mama for assistance with the down payment under the promise that we would live on the second floor. He gets the house and kicks us out.
Wow.
I was a caterpillar when this happened. Later in life, my mom and pops always said he had the perfect life. House, kids, good job. I never forgave him because I knew nobody was happy in that family.
Wow. Holy shit.
That shit's wild. No. Family don't be family sometimes, bro. Family don't be family sometimes. And like it takes a relative like an aunt or uncle to definitely fucking just add on to somebody's trauma. Fast forward, he disowns his son, gets a divorce, and lives with a woman with another man.
Damn!
Payback is a bitch.
God damn.
Wow. Karma said, oh, that's you? I'm finna Mike Tyson your ass. I'm finna Dempsey roll your ass. Men need to learn how to stop with the antagonism around them with strong communication and boundaries. Because family and partners will violate men heavily. Family is usually your first bully. Facts. Personal experience. My fam used to call me fucking goofy and all of that. Because they took advantage of, you know, how silly I would act and shit like that. But then they started not taking me seriously. So when I grew up and held on to that, anytime anybody like hyper focused in on me, whether it was like any type of criticism or anything about me, and they would just be entirely joking, I would see it as an attack and then attack back. So that's something that I had to learn how to deal with, because not everybody's out to get me and not everybody's trying to attack me. But you see how that was trauma? Or how that could be used as trauma? Like, I had to deal with that. I had to shut that shit down too. Because then at that point, I was being way too serious out of the constant fear of being disrespected and not taken seriously. So of course, like when this happened, I strive to, you know, be taken seriously, which was on a mental scale first and foremost. Yeah. Yeah, family usually is your first bully. And that comes from belittling and all of that shit. What makes it worse in black families? Undirectional. Undirectional. Antagonism, bullying from adults and elders. Yep. And if the adults, and when the kids see the adults doing it, what do? They do it. So everybody is just joining in on it, doing it to you. Hey, here's something. It's partially the reason why I don't come around a lot now when it comes to family events. See how that shit works, bro? Not to mention the drama and shit. You see how that plays out? Unidirectional, bro. Yeah, sorry. Honestly, the whole family turned on me when I gave up on football freshman year. Me, cool, I don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. to get yelled at by white dudes from Schaumburg to make me run a ball 60 yards away. Facts. Oh, don't get me started on what my family turned on me with. Don't get me started on that. Because that happened recently. About 2 years ago. Don't get me started on what my family turned on me with. Because of that dynamic, family functions are literally dying. Look at how my past family reunion went. Sorry. I'm not trying to make this about me, but it's like, bro, it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too fucking easy. I ruined my life, LOL. I'm the one with a unit degree, including the well-adjusted rich cousins. That's very ironic. It's like they always set you up to do something that they want you to do, and I feel like that comes from parents trying to control their kids' futures and shit by having them live their lives through them, and that shit's wrong. If your kid don't want to do something, they're not gonna do it. I don't care who you are. Don't force your kid to do some shit that they don't want to do. That shit's wild, bro. But yeah, family definitely traumatized men too. Look at me. I act the way that I act because of all of that shit. Well, I acted the way I acted because of all of that. And then I would see how they would make my mom angry and shit, and I wasn't vibing with that because the main thing that happened whenever mom got mad, we would have to deal with that. Nobody else did. I won't lie, I have a huge resentment over the forceful control these people had. Rightfully so. I don't think parents realize how impactful they are to their children.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think parents realize either that children, at a very young age, even when they're babies, they pick up and learn certain things, but they forget them in order to match what their provider's needs are, or in order to survive, bro. He asks, what are the 3 most dangerous types of women for you guys? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You mean as far as like attractive, or like women that cause you to just step back? What? Go ahead and talk to me. Explain. Oh, such as manipulative, gold diggers, etc. Manipulative, outright manipulative, or just manipulative. I had a therapist tell me that the mark of how well your relationships are with adult children is how much access they allow you to have with them. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. I believe. But no. Back to Azur's question, it has to be manipulative. Top number one. Top number one. At least with gold diggers, you can see them coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
You can tell, unless you can't. But that usually comes from you being blinded by your own bullshit. Like if you're real lonely and you got a lot of money, you're gonna look for any type of company and use that money to do so. You'll attract a gold digger and it'll be plain to see. What is yours? Because mine's is manipulative. And the main reason why I'm only saying one is because manipulative can go into a lot of subcategories of its own. Whether it's the way she talks to you, her actions, hell, even sex. They do that all the time.
I love you, baby. Come here, let me.
Right. Man, most dudes don't even have the bread to attract a gold digger. Facts. 1, girls who have family in Herbalife. Am I reading that right? Girls who have family in Herbalife. 2, white girls with small bitties. They got nothing to lose. 3, girls who keep you around but do not admit they care about you.
Damn, you must deal with a lot of women that had people in Herbalife, bro. That's crazy.
He said too many people in Herbalife, too many drama issues. He said Mexicans, bro.
I can't say too much on that.
I can't either.
We deal with some good people on this end.
He said resources vampires are way more common. Yes, they are. 100%.
And social vampires.
And social vampires, yes. 100%. No, manipulation goes into so fucking much. So many subcategories. And some women do it by not even having to do a lot. They just gotta look a certain way.
Some dudes fold by the look.
And some dudes fold. Some dudes just go like, sorry.
See this receipt? This is niggas.
No, sometimes it's more. You gotta, every time they succeed, they fold like this, like this, like this, until they just like this little itty bitty thing that can fit in the palm of somebody's hand. And then when they done with your ass, you know what they do? They toss your ass. I'm sorry, but like, bro. He said 1, prideful women. 2, girls who are rebellious over everything. 3, girls who hang out with guys only in real.
Bitch, it's you.
I can agree with those. Those could be some red flags. Those could be some red flags. Those could definitely be some red flags. Man, you know what guys gotta watch out for too? Being friends with guys that really want female attention. Cause now I'm about to bring this up.
I'm gonna relax.
I'm about to bring this up. Women who are pathological liars. Yeah. Prideful women are great. Not now in your age range. Cougars be handing out the world. Bro, I'm gonna just say this though. If you have a guy who like gets really fucking weird when like really attractive women start coming around, please watch him. Please watch him.
Especially how he talk to you and all that shit.
And how he talk to you. Yeah. You gotta watch him. I'm sorry. Like when a pretty flawless looking woman comes onto the scene, niggas just start acting very weird. It happens every single time. Women who are guilty of violence by proxy. And inciting violence? Or like when they come around, some shit always happens. Because of some shit that they inadvertently did. Or are they just violent? Because I could be reading too much into it. You know who those dudes are, though. Because they always bring up their conquest without anyone in the room asking. You got me there, Chief.
You got me there, sir.
No, you got me there, Chief. You fucking got me there. 100%. My hands are tied. GG. Send me to the Shadow Realm. Yu-Gi-Oh. No, you got me. They can cause violence. Yeah. Okay. Because these are the same guys who take their egos and just be like, yeah, I fucked this, that, and the third girl. Or, you know who I was with today? Or blah, 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 this, that, and the... Don't smell my finger, kids. Jesus fucking Christ. So, I mean, I guess at that point, you're at fault for being friends with those guys then, right? Or for letting those guys be in your space, because but like you said, you do see those guys coming from a mile away. Also with weirdos. Remember I told you about how people act if you brought her around? Oh yeah, all the time. Bro. I saw how people get when I'm around a decent looking woman, period.
No. I've been in rooms where I bring in any kind of woman and the nigga fold.
Or they just start acting so
and then
fucking
talking
weird.
Shit to me like I'm trying to cock block him.
I've dealt with somebody like that. How you gonna tell me that I'm cock blocking you from my friend who is automatically obligated to talk to me if I'm bringing her around y'all? It's happened. It's happened, bro. It's happened. It's like, bro, what?
And then try to drag me down the mess that they went through because of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, you ain't finna act like a dickhead and then expect me to console you when you go through that. No, fuck that. No, yeah. I already told you what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And you still want to. Yeah, no. I dealt with that shit so many fucking times, bro. And before these motherfuckers come and say, you talking about me? If I am talking about you, whatever. I didn't say no name.
Check it out how roundabout this is, though. It all stems back to men taking like some paper mache that they call their ego and just gluing it to the board of how can I be validated by somebody else this way, aside from just trying self-validation. You see how roundabout that shit is? Sometimes I legit don't invite females to places because I know how dudes are gonna act. Yep.
All the fucking time.
All the time. All the time.
It was to the point where I don't even invite my sister where I'm at.
Oh. Shout out to the 7 people. I love y'all. If y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns, please ask them. I am here to talk because I obviously like to talk. What?
This fucking commercial.
Oh.
This corporate ass commercial.
Man, I've been listening to. Oh. Thanks, Just On It.
I listened for like 10 minutes and I gotta say, real talk is real.
What I always tell my mom, happy birthday from the realest to the realest. For real.
Hey, that's goated.
You can't invite Jazz places. She looks too damn good. Respectfully, no homo. No homo, no Jazz.
You see, John? You see? It did motherfuckers come to me like, man, why you get the bitch to I was like, I let that shit happen once. I'm cool, G.
Oh, he said, and he's right about this. He said you can sense the shift in the force when a pretty girl enters the room.
Now everybody looking at each other like, should I talk to her?
It's either yeah.
And you know how many times that I've seen a pretty girl walk in a room and I don't go talk to her.
A lot of times.
And when I do go talk to her, they laughing and having a good time while the rest of these motherfuckers is trying too hard because she already know
sweating
why
in
you
the
there,
corner like.
and she already know why you there.
I gotta look for that emote. What? Damn.
Nigga, what emote?
Nah, I know which one I'm finna put on. It's this emote right here. That's how niggas be. They be sweating like she's talking to him. Damn, there go my chance. You never even started.
You didn't even do nothing. You sat there and let your chance just slip through your fucking hands. I'm sorry that it's like that, but it's like that.
He said,
the fucking game.
I had a temporary friend who was always trying to smash with the girls I had around.
Hey, shut your ass up, Joe.
Doesn't matter how rough the face hole. I had to sit him down and tell him he's uninvited to all future gaming events because we had problems as it was with girls just being comfortable. To be fair, I should have let him. Those girls only played legal.
Mad chakra becomes on the line, right?
See, here's the thing, bro. Like, when I was staying with my roommates, we always had it to where any and everybody could come over. We also had women friends who were comfortable coming through. But every single time somebody did something to make them uncomfortable, we would literally have to take the person who made them uncomfortable and just be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like we said in the back at the beginning, well, towards the beginning of this shit, there's so much more to take pride in when you're safe around a woman, or a woman can legitimately tell you that they're safe being around you. You have no ideas how many doors that opens up. They might want to bring their friends around, or whatever the fuck. You don't know what that entails. Or they want to come to the next event. But the minute some fucking low vibrational insect lizard face looking ass nigga who is dealing with trauma comes in and tries to exert himself and ends up just like fucking forming this stink cloud of repulsive bullshit, it's ruined.
It's fucking ruined.
It's ruined. He said, my guy, I am very rarely having blurred niggas anywhere with any women who happen to not be fat or ugly. They can't even handle basic attractiveness.
I deal with so much people on a daily basis, and there's a handful of niggas that I know can't handle environments like that. They can't handle the environments that involve attractive women or people that is on the higher end, like the guys and all that stuff. It's always gonna be like it's gonna be nose and ass. That's pretty much what that's gonna be. Unaligned chakra, low key ass niggas going wrong.
You know what? But you know what really bothers me about this? You have these same guys wanting to get with girls really, really bad, but they can't even address the problems that they have with themselves. They can't even begin to process what's wrong with them, because there's always something wrong with some circumstances that didn't work out for them. I feel like sometimes I have to pre-check niggas if I bring a female around.
All the time. I'm like, hey, when these chicks come over here, I don't need none of y'all dusty asses all in their fucking face with your yuck mouth teeth, your musty ass underarms, all that, your wrinkled ass pants. I'm talking about myself. Once they get in here, don't be in their face, and if you do, go your ass to the crib. You said I could talk about myself and laugh about it. Niggas could fucking never.
No. It's like, dude, man, like, there's been so many times where I've listened to a guy say how he wants female attention, but like all of these things are, he has so many things wrong with him. Hey, Drumsticks, my cousin, how you doing? How you feeling, my dude? Welcome to the stream. He said underline is wild. Bro, but like, it's like, bro, you can't expect women attention if you yourself aren't paying attention to how you look. And you think, and you have this weird, wild fantasy or like projection or hell, delusions of grandeur of you having the riz.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
You are not that fucking guy. You are not that guy.
Dudes be smelling like project hallways with lips whiter than a KKK, with breath like baby Pampers, trying to talk video game vixen level girls. And half them video game sweaty bitches go for it.
You know what's bad about this? You literally have videos on YouTube addressing men how to hey, Clockwork, ghost with the most. I had to say that. But like, you got these instruction manuals telling these men how to go about certain things, how to look a certain way if you want certain attention, and it shouldn't even have to be that way. If you had a fucking clue, you would figure out you got to build yourself up from the ground up. You want certain things to happen. He said, I truly believe sexuality is an even playing field. The reason is because of how thirsty girls get at anime conventions. Just chill out. Girls get these thoughts too. The difference is that they spend money on 18 plus books and take care of it at home.
Or they like to get their cups filled. Like, you gotta fill their cup. You can't just go in and be like, hey, how's it going? You're not providing no juice, no water, no none of that. And then if you want to give out juice and water, it got backwash in it.
Oh.
Like, chill, you're scaring the hoes.
Bruh, it be like that though. He said, Drumsticks, you can use that all you want and tell everybody you came up with it. I don't know, man. Like, it's bad enough that I really don't want to get into this shit. But it's bad enough that the dating scene is just,
I'm on control of that.
it's a cesspool. But this goes to all the men in here. It's like, build yourself up first, and then if you see another guy struggling, build him up. Drop some knowledge on his ass. But if he doesn't want to listen to you, fuck him.
Right.
Nope. 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 We talking about men and hygiene, but some of these hoes be hairier than a Persian car salesman, and they booty smell like sewers. Going down on a smelly woman is so demoralizing.
Wait a minute, nigga, booty smelling like what?
F in the chat For anybody who's had to deal with that, holy fuck.
No, it smelled like basement, bro.
What?
Niggas be smelling like basement.
Y'all had to deal with that?
Bro, have you ever been in somebody's crib and they basement just reek of mold?
I mean, yeah.
And hard water? Not the bar?
Yeah, but I ain't never went. No.
I'm watching it in here.
Okay.
No.
Got it.
That shit, it stinks, and then you expecting to dip your nuts in some fresh water. What, a freshwater fish, bro? Like, stop. No.
I'm gonna be honest and just say I haven't really had a lot of sexual partners enough to have that happen to me. But if that ever was to happen, I would probably just be like, nah. Howl in the Zord.
Like if you gonna live in a basement, make sure your basement clean. Like, make sure it's fresh and like scrub the fuck out that concrete floor. Dust that bitch, bro. Put some waterproof shit on the ground, cause you know basements tend to get moist as shit. And then you leave your clothes to be molded and shit. Got all these white spots on it and shit. Like, come on, bro. Smelly kitty cat is a special kind of scratch.
We finna just go back. We just finna go back to
And then you starting to feel like women don't care about you. And then now you dealing with that fuck ass trauma because you didn't understand the fact that hygiene is a huge part in improving your life.
And I get it. Like, the lack of hygiene could be that it could go towards being depressed. That does happen. People just wallow or whatever in their own filth or whatever, and it's because depression. But if you're avidly trying to make a change for yourself, being a guy, you can't get away with your hygiene being unchecked. It's unrealistic. Because you know what that says at the end of the day? Yeah, sure. The surface level is you fucking stink. Yes, it's true. You smell like ass. No. But deeper levels of that tell people you don't give a fuck enough about yourself to take care of yourself. So what makes you think somebody else is going to give a fuck about you? Oh. If you neglect yourself, you're telling other people it's okay to neglect you.
That's a fucking bar.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you are going to neglect yourself, you are letting other people say it's okay to neglect you.
Because look at it from this point of view. I used to have people that come over and be like, "Oh yeah, I brought a bunch of chips and gummy snacks and shit for you, for us to eat." And I look at them and be like, "Now you know I don't eat that shit." Well, fine, more for me. Yeah, you're right, more for you. But what I don't allow is niggas to disrespect the what I do.
Right. You said the number of girls I ran into who have never touched a toothbrush is stop.
You'll be surprised. Like I ran into a few that the moment they talked, it was straight cigarette butts and coffee, bro.
I mean, that's not.
No. I don't think you understand what I mean by cigarette butts and coffee. Mix them two together, bro. You would have thought that bitch had halitosis.
With already naturally bad smelling breath. Okay.
Right. You'd have thought that bitch had halitosis.
He said also poor hygiene is a symptom of mental illness. Depression.
Because you neglected yourself.
Like I'm a firm believer of that, bro. It's like, no. If you stink, okay, like I said, the surface level is you fucking stink, but you're telling people I don't give a fuck about myself. We all know a chick whose teeth look like the South Carolina Baptist Church congregate. How's it going, Ocean? What's good, Shaq Squatch? We are talking about trauma in men and how that relates to the real world and women and all of these good things about having social relationships and blah de blah and what have you. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Oh no, just unlocked a memory. I had a small crush on the Italian girl in Truman, but then he got shot down when I found out she had a did too. I don't know which Italian girl you I appreciate it, Shax. Thank you. Oh.
John.
I was trying. No.
John.
No. Don't.
We're not throwing out ammo like
that. Don't.
We don't want to throw out ammo.
Don't.
We don't need that ammo out there.
He said, I know who you talking about at Truman. No, you're not about to. Yeah, please fucking chill. Like, put yourself on ice, Sub-Zero. Oh. But no, you have all these guys though, like really wanting female attention to fall into their laps, but there's just one or two things that they lack. And if they fix them, they will be okay. I mean, I know I'm not fucking perfect. I got a huge ass gap lower tooth smile. But I make it work. Brine energy is different from BHB energy, so I'm chilling. Thank you. You know, we here to chill and talk, laugh, watch some gameplay, sometimes play games, you know, just shoot the shit. This is my time to talk to you guys aside from Wednesdays. I just got hit with 7 ads.
Subscribe.
You could subscribe.
$5.99. Probably $5. You save $1.
You could subscribe. But the ads are for the revenue, I believe. I think that's how that works.
Or forced revenue upon us. Yeah. I wouldn't have y'all watch fucking 7 ads because I wouldn't want to watch fucking 7 ads.
Huh. Here's a question. I'm not sure if my cousin is still here. But he's from the ATL. Cuzzo, if you're still here, how can you tell me like how your relationships are with like your friends, your male friends who fuck up out there? No girl ever complained about my gap tooth or chunkiness. The ones who do are the ones I would never date anyway. Nice.
But I got a fucked up tooth right here, and I'm living just fine. Like people say, I got dookie stains on my teeth all the time growing up, and I laughed because I was like, well, damn, I'm doing better than like the your ass though. Like it is what it is.
Boy, these commercials. Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can tell y'all. It's like, I mean, you could subscribe. Other than that, I got nothing, man. How else will I get revenue? Sucks. We downplay it, but when a man can't tie his shoes, when a man can't squat or walk a flight of steps, he too damn fat. Now, the only reason, at this point, almost everyone got fucked up teeth. I do too. Oh yeah, you can't win it all, bro. You can't win it all. But going back to that fat comment, you gotta learn how to exercise self-control, and that even comes in like, you know, eating. But I know some people eat because You know, their significant others not force them to eat, but they cook, and they be eating and shit like that. Like, sometimes you just can't get away with it. True, if you get winded after 2 floors, then you need to work on yourself. Yeah. Because Chicago apartments got floors for days. This is true. I say that as a man with a gut, but this shit is out of hand in men with this obesity. And once again, these same guys be the same guys who literally just be like, why can't I get female attention? Well, it's because 1, you're big, 2, you smell pretty bad, and 3, overall, you're self-indulgent and you don't care about yourself. It's self-neglect. I personally think any woman or any man who tries to want to be with a person has to seriously work upon themselves to the point they're presentable to be with another person. That also means fixing some of the traumas that won't interfere with your relationship, because a lot of men deal with those, and that goes like unspoken about. Like, man, like, I'm just literally sick of men just shooting themselves in the foot and asking how or why that happened to them when they have the fucking trigger squeezed and the gun in their hand. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make sense at all to me. It's like, why? It's like, why? Men need to ask, would you fuck you if you were a female? You know, with that question, it serves as like a way to hold up a mirror in front of you and just be like, would you fuck this? If you can answer yes, well, okay. If the answer is no, then you clearly have some shit to work on. So that was a bar from John. No, dead ass serious. Like, Shout out to the 9 viewers, y'all. I appreciate y'all. But dudes need to play Persona. You gotta work out your stats for months to get that female to eat that 10-pound burger. You can't fight Satan on level 1. See, you know, bro. Shout out to my friend Reggie, but like when he introduced me to the Persona shit, I was just like, yo. I'm like, this game is fucking like cool as fuck. It's real life and shit. You gotta work on like social shit. You gotta work on your riz, your charisma, your fucking personality if you want to talk to certain people. It's a pretty decent fucking game. Like, it's pretty cool, but it is some real life shit that goes into that. Like, Persona's dope, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody should fucking definitely play Persona. Whether it's like the later games or like the earlier games. Because yes.
Yeah, I feel like I even like kind of.
There's definitely like some social shit that goes on in Persona that's pretty fucking cool. Being an ex-big dude, me too. I know women just like a healthy man. They love to feel a masculine strength. When we are big, we radiate either bully energy, goofy energy, or unhealthy. Which of course can be countered with money, status, or rep. You know, this might be a hot take, but I always say if you're gonna be big or if you're gonna be fat, you have to have some sort of finances to prove why you are big. You know what I'm saying? All right, JK, I do appreciate you for coming through, bro. Next week there won't be any Brine because I will be at an event, but the Saturday after next I will be back with another topic for y'all. So you have a good night, man. Hope everything goes well. But it's like I always say, like, if you're going to be big or if you're going to be fat or whatever, please have something to show why you are that way. It just doesn't make sense to not have anything. Like, you're fat and broke. Okay, pick a struggle. It's fucked up to say, but it's like, have something to show for it. You know? Have something to show for it. Let's see. It is 6:32. The struggle picking them. Well, no, man, no, Howlin' Azure, you're absolutely right. Like,
I mean, what's your time?
a woman just wants a healthy man. You know? That goes into mental too, though. I don't care what you say or who you are. If you are dealing with something that's like putting a monkey wrench or throwing a monkey wrench in your fucking relationship, you gotta work on that shit. You gotta work on it. Cause all it's just gonna do is just continue to persist in being a problem. Like I've avidly dealt with guys to where it's like, oh, thank you for the sub, my boy. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you, Rhino. Thank you so much. But hold on. So I'm a minister. I keep bringing up white people. At Unity, these girls would hold their purse or cross the street if my big Mexican face would walk behind them. So to teach these girls a lesson, since I had to see these same people every day, I just walked faster, pulled a straight Jason Voorhees, then tell a girl to get the fuck out of my way. But honestly, that comes from people just being closed-minded and unfortunately racist, my dude. Like, whatever. Ooh, I reached my goal of 3 subscriptions when I only had 1. So I think this calls for something special. I might have to cook up something on that later for y'all, but
Never mind. I was asking you. Like,
it might be reflected on the Saturday at the next show. But yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, actually, how much?
there's obviously nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them for thinking that there's something wrong with you, though. Magic Luchador. Like, it's like, okay, what the fuck ever. People act repulsed all the time when they are fucking repulsive. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out something's wrong with the person for a person thinking something's wrong with you. But then again, something could be wrong with you.
Oi.
But
John left.
yeah, John left. I don't believe in belittling your partner either, by the way, out of self-defense in a relationship. If they're trying to clearly show you that something's wrong or point you to what's traumatizing the fuck out of you. They're trying to help you. And you're not taking that help. You don't think they know what the fuck they're talking about. And if you obviously think that about something someone you're laying in bed with, somebody you're in a relationship with, you shouldn't be with them. You automatically see them as less than you. And this is man-to-man talk right now, because a lot of men do this shit. A lot of men do it.
You're gay.
A lot of men do it. A lot of men look at their women like, oh, she's just a woman. She don't know what she's talking about. I'm dealing with something completely different, or I'm a whole different world, or I'm more superior. Don't work like that. Y'all enjoying yourselves though? I'm enjoying y'all. Zesty. Joe ass. It'd be zesty if I put on some R&B music. How about that? Make you even more uncomfortable. No, we having fun. Yeah. Yeah. But once again, the point that I'm definitely shit. Magic Luchador redeemed character choice. Nigga. What character choice? What do you like? How can I whatchamacallit, give him his points back? I don't know. Hey, what character you want to see? Call the family. Oh, you silly as hell. I gotta start paying more attention to these damn things.
In real life.
In real, bringing your neighbor. What, you want me to bring fluff from the goddamn... from the goddamn couch? You're funny. It's called character change. What the fuck? What do you want me to do? You want me to put on some glasses? You want me to, like, what? Shave off my beard?
Oh, we not doing
Oh, he talking to that bird next to you. Oh, you want birds to talk?
I mean, I don't talk for no reason. I mean,
no, bird is cool as hell.
I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. If y'all want me to talk about something specific, y'all gotta tell me what it is specifically. I don't like talking for my health sometimes.
Facts. Bro, you know what I also got? I also want to touch on this too, because I've found that it could also be detrimental to men's health. Friend zoning and rejection. Now, I'm going to just say this, okay? I'm going to just touch on this. I'm being chatty because I'm out here trying to figure out Twitch elements and stuff, so I got time to kill.
Bad.
That's a guy's fault. 100%. But what I'm here to say is like, if it fucking happens, it's not the end of the world. Like, don't spiral because of it, or don't take it so fucking hard to the point where you start being depressed about it and then just mentally deteriorate. It's not the end of the world. You get put in the fucking friend zone, there you go. You got another woman, a part of your support system. If you get rejected, then hey, don't take it personally. She's not saying fuck you, but if she is saying fuck you, you tell her no.
Fuck you, right?
Right.
No, how does you say I wouldn't with a 10-foot pole?
Facts.
Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. Just dropping by to say
FDK.
What's up? Hey, what's good, man? I hope you're enjoying y'all trip, man.
Thank you for coming through, man. Or I'll tell a girl, hey. Or I'll give a girl like a spoon or a fork, and she be like, the fuck is this? Be like, I want you to politely eat a dick.
Cutting goddamn pumpkins on some family shit. That's right. You be a family man.
Bro, no. He said, I've learned that it's the fantasy and perception that we have of people that sends men into depression due to rejection. I tell people all the time, or I say this all the time, do not fall in love with the fantasy of somebody. Make sure you are falling in love with the person for who they are, not the fantasy of those people. Because if you do, you fuck yourself. You fuck yourself hard. You spiral hard. That wasn't the person who you thought they was, because that person was never really there.
They are who they thought they were. And you let them off.
Friend zone don't exist if you are pinning after a failure. You are carrying false expectations for relationships.
This is why I tell people all the time, do not expect anything. You know, worse the woman could probably tell you is ill or no.
Yep.
Other than that, they're done.
Yeah.
You go into depression thinking about shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going into depression thinking that you Oh, well, no, kill that shit.
Mhm.
You know, well, it's like, hey, if the bitch, I mean, if she don't want you, she just don't want you.
He said, see them for them. You spend so much time making up a character of that person due to your bro.
Like, you ain't even raise your confidant level.
And so many people do it.
You see what I'm doing? I'm raising my bond level with my friends on the game. That's what you should be fucking doing.
Yeah,
you
imagine Luchador touch upon Persona and it
you
was
should
great.
already start as friends first because you just going in. I'm trying to fuck right off the bat. I mean, some women will give you the coochie right off rip, but if you trying to look for anything meaningful, you got to take your time with that shit.
He said communication is king. And make sure that they don't overstep their boundaries. If they step even once, then bounce.
Facts.
That's why they say give it 3 months. 3 months and most people's honeymoon phase.
And I say this all the time. I don't think I had a honeymoon phase. I'm still doing the same shit I did when I first got with love.
Facts. Like, that's another thing too. I feel like a lot of men in general have their boundaries stepped over because they don't know their self-worth, and then not knowing your self-worth, how the fuck are you gonna know what your boundaries are? You see how this is all roundabout? You see how discovering yourself is all roundabout and how it ties into so much shit? That's why you have to do it. That's why you have to address the problems that you deal with as a man, or hell, as a woman. Because at the end of the day, these things connect. I don't give a fuck who you are or what anybody tells you or tells you that is all nonsense. No, it all fucking connects together.
And if you don't know things about yourself, you will never know how to respond to things or adjust to things.
Yep. Men don't know their worth. That's why it's important to discover yourself and build, or know and exercise your worth. Exactly. And you have some people out here waiting to capitalize on the fact of you not knowing your worth.
So they can
fuck you for everything you got. Like, I done came up on a sucker.
And then you wonder why the bitch took your money and ghosted you for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back in my
Bruh, like, the minute they see you, they like, how many fucking licks does it take to get to the center? And when I do get to the center and bite this nigga for everything he got, how fast can I dispose of the stick?
Facts. That's fucking facts.
Like, bro, like, sorry to use it like that, but like, to paint a visual, that's how people think. That's how people think. Oi. Gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the stream. I'm going Respectable Family Man one more time. Should be back in the city in the afternoon. Enjoy your trip, FBK.
Your trip, man.
Thank you for showing up, man.
Enjoy.
He said, I don't blame the guy. I blame mothers and fathers. No, and we touched on that.
Already.
We touched on that.
Or lack of.
The lack of.
And father.
Yeah, we touched on that. It goes back to the source, which is family. He said I was with a girl for 6 months, so I told her I had feelings. She responded by telling me she was engaged, then tried to tell my friends at work that she friend-zoned me and I was overreaching or overreacting. My reaction in front of customers: girl, I've been inside you every week since December. How is that the friend zone?
The moment she put you in the friend zone, run.
Girl, friend zones can be dangerous.
But even then, friend zones don't even exist.
He did say that earlier.
It's either she put you in the friend zone to not hurt your feelings.
Oh, these stories though. Heard a man use his inheritance to take this chick to the Beyonce concert. I think like $4,000, and she ended up leaving with someone else.
This is what happens when you let your material things take you into places that you should not be in.
Also, I need to touch on this too. When someone reaches out to you to help them build a foundation, be mindful that there is a strong possibility that you cannot and will not be a part of that foundation once you help them with it. They was just using you to get to somewhere else. Using you as a stepping stone. And the main reason why that happened is because you didn't see your worth, one. And two, you weren't looking. You weren't looking for the wrong fucking thing. And you got the attention you wanted for a moment.
You stepped into a level 35 fight when you level 7. Like, get the fuck on, bro.
And I don't care how much money you got, bro. It's all about the mentality you have, too.
Once again, you stepped into a level 35 fight and you level 7. That blowback gonna be crazy. I got all the right weapons. Boom! Fucking KO. You gotta start the game over again. The thing my mother
taught me was what to do once I have a wife. And the things my father taught me was how to get a woman.
Remember, you don't ask a fish how to catch a fish. You ask a fisherman.
Yeah. Bars. Same thing happened to me in high school. I was blind to the BS. I didn't know that a job at Walgreens would get my heart broken. Whoa. I can be the boss. Level 35 or level 7. Give me some time.
I know you can, but you gotta work on that motherfucker. You gotta work to get to level 35 to beat up a level 7.
That's a fucking bar though. You don't ask a fish how to catch a fish.
You know what? I read that wrong. You right, Rhino. You might be right. But guess what? People like that don't come like that. And when they do, sometimes there are exceptions to the rule, which is the enemy of eternity. So I respect Rhino. He always hitting us with some shit.
Right. Facts. Well, it's like, dude, like I've had male friends who like are not in any position to be trying to talk to a woman, but they do, and then they look at me and be like, "Why do you get this look?" It's like because I worked on myself. And they just be like, question mark, huh? And I have to go down this whole list of things, bro.
Because they're automatically going to think that you did some backhanded
shit
to get where you went.
No,
half
right.
The time it's not even that.
No. And they always think like it's because I did this, that, and the third. No.
There are some things that I had to work for and that I now possess, which put me in positions to where I can get things much easier. And things that I can get much easier is the acquisition of a wife.
Facts.
Or a girlfriend. Or popularity.
They forget women have interest in what they're attracted to. Yeah. Yeah. Any right-minded person would. If you don't fit it, you just don't fit it. Don't cry over it, bro. Jeez. They take everything so personal.
Right. It's like, no, you should be with me and only me. I'm sorry, sir. You have things that you want, and they have things that they want, and you ain't want them.
You like the rice.
You like that is.
Oh.
You gotta say it like that. You like that is.
You like that is. That is. But yeah, man, if y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything, hit me up with them because we are reaching the 7 o'clock mark. And I might be fixing it in this shit pretty soon. You want a girl for real? Start wearing a suit in a place where you don't need to. Start wearing a suit at T-Mobile. You will get a date.
Might not be the one.
Bro.
Your lady, one of the clerks will probably give you their number.
I have a suit.
And they'll fix your phone for free.
I have a blazer at home. I'm gonna try putting that motherfucker on at some point just to see what the fuck happens. I might wear a blazer to work. Don't even need all that. You don't though. You don't. You right.
But we here.
But we here. John did say, like, if you actually started looking the part and wearing a suit or wearing like some like rinky dink ass blazer, it fools people.
What you doing here, boss? Oh yeah, I'm handling some business. Oh, okay, I hope you gonna have yourself a good day. Okay, hope to see
Ain't
you
going nowhere,
again.
but you saying I'm handling business.
Right.
Hell no. That Steve Harvey video is life for real. Bro, there was this movie. There was this old movie where, like, I think it was a Hispanic movie where, like, this cream suit was the like center of everybody's attention, and I think it was like 5 dudes who put on the cream suit because they took turns using it because it was just so damn good looking. And every time each of these men put on the cream suit, some crazy shit would happen for them. And it was just wild. And like when the suit got fucking destroyed, they was like, what the fuck do we do now? It was an interesting fucking movie, bro. I can't remember the name of that movie at all. But like, man. Clothes can do something extremely great for a dude. But the guy doesn't make the clothes. No, the clothes don't make the guy makes the clothes. There we go. For real. For real.
Oh shit.
Brotherhood of the Thirsty Piazzas. I don't even know if I said that right.
The paisas.
Paisas. Oh my God, bro. Paisas. There we go. Man, Magic Luchador, I miss you. We gotta come up with a day to chill.
They can still see a personality. The mouth is a powerful thing. Multiple worlds exist on one plane, and everyone views life through a different set of lens. So you have to use your words to break that barrier. Facts. That's facts. Us as individuals are our own worlds. Some of us clash. Some of us stay clear away.
What you need to realize about every single person here, or every single person you see walking on the street, they all have their own realities. They all have them. They all have them. They all have their own worlds. They see things differently based on what their world is and all of that. So yeah, words are fucking powerful. And a lot of these fucking guys don't know how to use words. They just throw money at shit. Okay, congrats. She's just gonna use you and leave you for another interesting dude. Like what Sin said, that happened to that fucking dude. I want to highlight this comment. But what happened to that fucking dude who spent like $4,000 on a woman at a Beyonce fucking concert, and bam, she left with some other nigga who didn't even have to put in the work. Huh?
Her. 2 weeks later, she forgot about you, sir. Oh, thanks.
Right.
Meat stretched out later on by somebody else. You wasted all your inheritance bread just to get nothing out of it because you thought you convinced yourself of an expectation that you couldn't even meet.
I think I know. Oh.
It's fucking wild. It is fucking wild. I don't even think I need a part 2 on this, except
Oh, I think I know what this
the
is
black
going. Oh no.
men trauma thing. I don't know. I might revisit that. I'm not even gonna touch trauma in women because that is not my department. Sorry. That is not my department. But yeah, I might revisit this topic Saturday, or I might hit y'all with a different one. Once again, I will not be streaming next week Saturday because I am obligated to show up to an event. But the Saturday after that, I will definitely be back with some more shit to hit y'all with. But I really do appreciate you guys for coming through and talking to me with this subject. It was a banger like I expected it to be. But If you Magic Lucha. Oh, you want a random pun? Oh, you want the water drop sound? Hold on. And I can do that without doing that too.
I fucking knew it! Oh no!
So, this one woman, random pun time, this is bad. This one woman was making fun of my gap, right? I told her, sweetheart, you are like the butt end of a piece of bread. Everybody touches you, but don't nobody want your ass.
So they smuggled money or they
Fucking terrible. But it was a bar. It was a bar. It was it was a bar. It was a fucking bar. But
She got him
I appreciate you guys for coming through, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted for the next topic. I might even tease it that Saturday since I won't be there. But pay attention to the social media and I'll keep advertising it and shit. Y'all amazing people,
I was expecting.
have a good night and thank you for tuning in to the Brine Time. Ocean out.